Okay, in this lecture we will be discussing selection techniques. We will continue with our discussion with selection techniques. And as I told you that in last class we have discussed how genetic algorithm, basic structure of genetic algorithm or how it works. So initially we have started with representation of population, and then how to select better chromosomes, fit chromosomes, so that you can perform crossover and mutation. So before going further, all of you have received invitation for Google Classroom, because I have uploaded presentations on your classroom and code is AVS PKG 6, or otherwise you send me your new email. I will invite you if there is any problem. Neha Beharwal, has she joined? Neha? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it seems that she has not joined. I have sent her invitation. Okay. So in last class we have seen that you can represent chromosomes by using these four techniques, and you can have your own representation also. So because it is problem specific that I told you, only the thing that you have to keep in mind that your solution representation will be in computer representable form, that computer should understand. So first technique, basic technique was binary representation, where we represent solution in the form of say set of binary string or binary bits. So for example, if your problem is a knapsack problem, in knapsack problem what we do, if we have n elements, so corresponding bit value will be 1 if that element is selected, otherwise it is 0. So this is how you can represent solution in knapsack problem. So third element is selected, third object is selected, therefore entry is 1. Fifth is selected, therefore entry is 1. So therefore in this way we can have such a representation for knapsack problem. This is called as binary representation, where binary string is used for representing solution. Then we have representation. Sometimes your requirement is continuous rather than discrete, as that of previous case. So we use set of real numbers like 0.5, 0.2, 0.6 in this way to represent solution, and that representation is called as real valued representation. Sometimes your problem requires a solution in the form of set of integers. For example, suppose there are
सर आवाज येत नाहीये.
now, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Uh, when that audio was switched off, I was audible when binary representation I have discussed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when audio went off, real valued representation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after binary representation, sometimes if your requirement is continuous, if variables are continuous, in that particular case, we use set of real numbers for representing solution. For example, 0.5, 0.2, 0.6 up to 0.9. So this is representing a solution for some problem where variable 1 value is 0.5, variable 2 value is 0.2, like this. That means it is continuous. So such a representation is called as real valued representation. Sometimes there is a case where you need representation in the form of integer numbers. For example, suppose your problem requires that you have to encode 4 directions: north, south, east and west. So instead of using this direction keywords as it is, since there are 4 directions, we can encode this in the form of integer numbers, like north means 1, south means 2, east means 3 and west means 4. So we will encode this as 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 1 means, yes, meaning of 1 means, if I write 1,
North.
north. So this 1 means north, 2 means south,
South.
3 means east, east, and 4 means west. Again 3, that means this is east direction, this is south and so on. So set of variables whose there are 4 possible values with each variable. So instead of representing them in the form of these keywords, it is better that you convert them in the form of integers. So such a representation is called as integer representation. So for a particular problem where you need a situation, you have a situation something like this, we have representation something like this. Then we have seen sometimes order is important. Order of that variable is important, and you need to represent permutations of those uh, possible values of those variables or permutations of those variables. In that particular case, permutation type of representation is used. For example, in case of traveling salesman problem, suppose there are 10 cities, so n is equal to 10. Okay, so to represent these 10 cities, we can have numbers which will represent these cities. For example, city 0, city 1, city 2 up to city 9. So these 9 numbers, they will represent cities. Now in traveling salesman problem, what is the solution? Round trip made by the salesman. Okay, so instead of writing those city names, what we will do now, we will write these numbers. So 0 means city 1, some name will be there. 2 means city 2 means 1, like this. So this is one possible solution. For example, salesman has visited city 1, then 5, 9, 8, 7, 4, 2, 3, 6 and 0, again 1. So what you can observe from this representation, that is no number is repeated out here. Right? Every number has occurred exactly once, because traveling salesman problem says that there is a constraint that a particular city should be visited exactly once, right? So no city is repeated. So this is permutations of this representation is equivalent to permutations of these numbers from 0 to 9, right? So all permutations of 10 cities, that many possible solutions will be there. This is one of the solution. So such a representation is called as permutation representation. Any question up to this in representation of population?
No, sir.
Okay. If there is no question, we will continue further. So there are two important things that we should keep in mind. while representing a population, that your population should be diverse. So diversity should be maintained. If diversity is not maintained, then that will lead to premature convergence. So what is meaning of this? Premature convergence means what will happen in terms of getting a solution? Hurry up. Premature convergence, if diversity is not maintained, means what? What will happen?
We can't identify the people.
Pardon?
We can't identify the people.
Means what? In terms of solution, for example, if you are solving solution, that's what you not get solution. Yes or no? Any other answer? Your answer is partially correct. Who can complete it? Akanksha,
All solutions will
pardon? I could
all
not.
solutions will be same.
Uh, mm, that is a different situation out here. Okay, let me clear this.
We are
Okay,
unable to obtain fittest.
right, but exact answer. Uh, why that will happen? What kind of solution you will get? See, if diversity is not maintained,
Solution having same cost.
uh, not exactly, you will get suboptimal solution. Premature convergence that is associated with, you will get suboptimal solution. Now, what is meaning of this? In other words, suboptimal solution means what? It is a solution, but it is not optimal. So this is equivalent to local maxima, right? It is equivalent to local maxima. For example, if your search space is something like this, and if you are somewhere here, if you consider this much part, so this solution will be written by the algorithm, which is not a optimal solution, which is a suboptimal solution. So that will lead to local maxima. Therefore, diversity in the population is has to be maintained. That is premature convergence. And another important thing that we should keep in mind, that is population size should not be too large, it should not be too small. If it is too large, algorithm will slow down. It will take a lot of time, considerable amount of time. But if it is very small, then you will not be able to find out good mating pool. Smaller population will lead to finding out weaker solutions. So if your parent chromosomes are weak, then offsprings again they will be weak. So therefore population size should be in between this. It should not be too large, it should not be too small. Okay. So this was about the representation of population, and then we have seen the first important step in genetic algorithm, that was selection. How to select chromosomes or parents from the population, and the basic criteria is survival of the fittest in natural evolution, as we have discussed. So important techniques, 5 important techniques we are going to discuss: Rowlett-Will selection and stochastic universal sampling. They come under one category. Then we will be discussing tournament selection, rank selection and random selection. Keep in mind, these techniques we are going to use for selecting better chromosomes. How you are going to select better chromosome, how you are going to check whether the chromosome is good or not, by using its fitness value. Okay, so you will have a fitness function. Defining fitness function, that is again problem dependent. For example, as we have seen in traveling salesman problem, the sum of the distances traveled by the salesman, that can be your fitness function. So that sum function will be the fitness function. So it is highly problem dependent. Okay. So we have started with uh, a fitness proportionate type of selection mechanism, which leads to two selection techniques: Rowlett-Will selection and stochastic universal sampling. Now what is this fitness proportionate selection? Fitness proportionate selection basically uh, select a chromosome which are whose fitness is more, or probability of selecting that particular chromosome or solution will be proportional to its fitness. So if chromosome is fit, more fit, then it will have more probability, that means it will have higher chances of uh, getting involved in generating offsprings. Okay. So what we do out here in fitness proportionate selection, uh, we divide will into n pies, that means parts. Okay. For example, this is A, B, C, D and E. Now depending upon fitness value, each individual or solution will get portion of this circular wheel. So in this case, this solution E or chromosome E has got more portion on this Rowlett wheel. The reason is that it might have the more fitness. Similarly, okay, now we will check out which solution is the least fit solution in this set of solutions. We have A, B, C, D and E. Which one is least fit?
A.
Correct. A is least fit because it has lesser area on this Rowlett wheel. So its fitness value is smaller. Therefore, it has smaller area on this wheel. E has got highest area on this circular wheel. Reason is E has higher fitness value. So this is the basic mechanism which is used in this fitness proportionate selection technique. So based on this mechanism, we have two techniques: Rowlett wheel selection and stochastic universal sampling. In Rowlett wheel selection, a circular wheel is divided into n pies because there are suppose n individuals, n solutions, that means. And then what we have done out here, we have a fixed point, okay, and this n individuals, they are placed on this Rowlett wheel depending upon their fitness. A, B, C, D, E and F. Okay. Now how the thing.
Hello.
Hello. You find out how it works. Explain the mechanism. Okay, think on this and tell me answer after 1 minute. Yes, Ankita,
Yes, sir.
explain how it will work.
Wheel will be rotated, and when the wheel is stopped, any one part of it is come under the fixed point, and it will be selected.
Right. How many times that wheel will be rotated?
2 times for selecting 2 chromosomes.
Correct. Very good. Uh, Depending upon how many parents you have to select, that many times you are going to rotate the wheel, and the solution that comes in front of this fixed point, that will be selected. So, which solution will have more probability of getting selected?
Having larger fitness.
Larger area, right? That means having more fitness. The solution whose fitness is greater will have greater chance of getting selected. Okay. For example, we have seen that if we have 6 solutions A, B, C, D, E and F with corresponding fitness values 8.1, 3.2 and so on. Now here we can see that A's fitness value is highest, so therefore it has more area on this Rowlett wheel. This is Rowlett wheel, and F is having smallest fitness value, that is 0.3. Okay, so therefore smallest area with solution F. Now we talked about at the end of the lecture that how to implement this. This is how the method works. Now I think everybody has understood. But if ultimately you will be writing a code for this implementation of this mechanism. So how to put it in algorithmic form. So this is how you can have a mechanism or algorithm if you are implementing this on your computer. What we will do, we will calculate a value of variable s. Okay. What is this s? What is this s? S is sum of fitness, sum of all these fitnesses. So this is s, you add all them, okay, all f values. Then generate a random number between 0 to s. Starting from top of the population, for example A now here, keep adding fitness to the partial sum. So initially it will be 0, then you will be keep on adding until this partial sum is less than s. The individual for which this p exceeds s is chosen. That means that is equivalent to, that is selected after performing the rotation. So physically you are going to rotate the wheel, but mathematical representation is required for this, and that you can do with these steps. So these are the equivalent steps that you will be implementing in the algorithm. Then variation of this, we have stochastic universal sampling, SUS method. So what we do out here, instead of having only the difference is one fixed point, here we will have multiple fixed points. Depending upon on what factor number of fixed points depends. Instead of one fixed point, here what we will have multiple fixed points. For example, in this case we have two fixed points. This is 1 and this is 2. How we have decided that there will be two fixed points? Anybody? What will decide number of fixed points? You can have multiple.
How many
Number
parents?
of parents.
Correct. Depending upon number of parents. For example, if you need two parents for mating, then there will be two fixed points. Okay. So what is the advantage of this? What can be the advantage of this?
Parents will be selected in only one spin.
Right. Both the parents will be selected only in one spin. Similarly, now if you go back in Rowlett wheel selection, there is a chance that same individual might get selected again. Right? That's not the case out here. Because for example, A is having highest fitness. So in first spin, suppose A is selected, and in second spin also there might be a case that A will get selected. So that will not happen in stochastic universal sampling method. Okay. So in one spin you can select chromosomes. Not only that, such a mechanism encourages highly fit individuals to be selected at least once. Okay. Now, fitness proportionate selection methods, they do not work if fitness value is negative. That we will see how to deal with that. But in case of SUS, universal stochastic universal sampling, only the change is that you will have multiple fixed points. So which chromosomes are selected in this example? Which solutions are selected? This figure is showing some situation. So what solutions?
D and A.
Right. This A fixed point has selected this D, and second fixed point has selected A. Okay. Now this method, stochastic universal sampling, as I told you, it will not work on negative fitness value. Sometimes your fitness value can be negative. So therefore there are other techniques also which can be used. If your problem uh, generates negative fitness values, in that particular case, uh, this fitness proportionate selection techniques cannot be used. That means Rowlett wheel selection and SUS method. Third mechanism that you can have, that is called as tournament selection. Okay. Now there are variations. For example, K-way tournament selection. We will consider this specific case. K-way tournament selection. What we do out here, we select K individuals from the population at random, because it is K ways. K is what? K will be a number. Okay. For example, two-way tournament selection. So two solutions will be selected like that. So we select K individuals from population at random and select best out of those to become parent. So two things are there. First, you are going to select K individuals. K is a number, and then you will be selecting best among those K. For example, if you need two parents, so you are going to select two individuals from those randomly selected K solutions. The same process is repeated for selecting the next parent. That way also this can be done. Now this is popular mechanism because it works on negative fitness values also. For example, now consider this case. Suppose we have chromosomes Q, A, Z, W, S and so on. So this part in this figure that shows chromosomes, right? Their corresponding fitness values are given on the left hand side. For example, chromosome A has fitness value 5, W has fitness value 8, T has fitness value 2, I has fitness value 0, like this. Okay. So we have given set of chromosomes and corresponding fitness values. Now what this method does? K-way tournament selection. One way of implementing this, for example, if we say three-way tournament selection, K is equal to 3. Let this K is equal to 3 suppose. So this will become now three-way tournament selection. So what we are going to do? We are going to select 3 solutions in one shot. How you are going to select these 3 solutions? Randomly. So randomly 3 chromosomes will be selected. So here K is equal to 3. This K is equal to 3. So what we have done? 3 solutions are selected. These 3 solutions are A, E and T. So we did not bother about the fitness values while selecting these 3 chromosomes. Randomly we have selected. Remember this. This is important. Randomly you have selected K chromosomes. So selected candidates are A, E and T. How we have done this? Because it is 3-way, so therefore 3 are selected. How? Randomly. Then we select best out of this to become the parent. So A is having fitness value 5, A's fitness value is 5, E has fitness value 2 and T has fitness value again 2. So which one is more fit? Which one is best among these 3?
A.
A is right. A is better. A is better. So therefore A is selected. So therefore here we have written pick up the best as parent. So A is selected out here. Okay, simple mechanism. So this is how generally tournament selection is done, and that's why the name is given. We start with, we select K chromosomes randomly and we select best among them, and this process is repeated for selecting uh, parents, number of parents. If you need 2 parents, so twice this process will be repeated for generating the next offspring. Okay. So here if fitness value is negative, still we will not have any problem. Suppose this A is -5. Instead of 5, it is -5. What will happen? Now, which chromosome will be selected if A is -5?
Either E or T.
Correct. Either E or T, because they have same fitness value which are better than this A. Okay, that's not the case in fitness proportionate selection. What will be the problem if some solution has negative fitness value? Why this cannot be done with these previous 2 methods? What will be the problem if we have a negative fitness value with a solution? Simple. Why that cannot, it will not work in situation like this or like this?
We cannot represent the negative value on Rowlett Hill.
Correct, correct. Good. D, suppose D is equal to -0.2. How to represent this D on this wheel? Right? Negative fitness, negative area cannot be represented in this type of representation. So therefore, uh, both these methods cannot be used if fitness value is negative, and sometimes some of the problems they generate negative fitness value. Therefore, tournament selection can be used in that case. Okay. Then next technique is rank selection. As its name suggests, some ranking might have been done out here. Okay, we will see how. So this is a rank selection. This also works with negative fitness values. It is mostly used when individuals in the population have very close fitness values. Remember, this is very important. Now this will give you an idea which selection technique you should use. This technique, rank selection, has to be used when the fitness values are very close. For example, come to this example. Suppose chromosome A has fitness value 8.1, B has fitness value 8, C has fitness value 8.05, D 7.95, E 8.02 and F 7.99. So you will find out all these values are very close. So fitness values are very close. So what will happen? If fitness values are very close, then if you put them on this wheel, Rowlett wheel, you will see that almost everyone is getting the equal share on this Rowlett wheel, because values, there is not much difference in their fitness values. So what will happen because of this? Every individual will get almost equal share on this pie. Okay. So everybody will get equal chance to get selected. So probability will be same of getting selected. ठीक है ना? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So this is the problem actually. Everybody will get equal chance of getting selected regardless of their fitness values, although they are close, but they are not same, right? Difference is there. So naturally, our natural logic tells us that A should get selected with higher probability as compared to F or D, because D's fitness value is 7.95, which is least among all these 6 values, and A is having highest fitness value. Let me write it. A's fitness value is 8.1, which is highest, and F, not F, D's fitness value is 7.95, which is least. So A should get more chance, probability of A should be higher than probability of getting selected this D, right?
Yes, sir.
But if we use mechanism like this, it will not implement this particular logic. So this in turn will lead to loss in the selection pressure towards fitter individual, and making GA to make poor parent selection. So for that purpose we have rank selection. So what we are going to do out here? So here we will remove the concept of fitness value. We are going to use fitness value, but directly we are not going to use. We will convert those fitness values into the rank. Okay. So every individual in the population is ranked according to their fitness value. So if fitness value is higher, for example 8.1, its rank will be higher. Now after A, next candidate is C, whose fitness value is 8.05, therefore rank is 2. Okay. And D, whose fitness value is least, therefore rank is 6. So we are going to use now these ranks while selecting chromosomes for mating purpose. So higher rank individuals in this case will be preferred more than lower rank one. Okay. So that is rank selection, and next one is random selection, last one. In random selection, randomly parent is selected from the existing population. There is no selection pressure towards selecting the fitter individuals. So this strategy is not practically used.
Sir. Hello, sir.
Is PPT visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I am repeating again. In random selection, in this strategy, we randomly select parent chromosomes from the existing population. So there is no selection pressure towards selecting the fitter individuals. So what will happen because of this? There are chances that weaker individuals might get selected, and the newly generated offsprings may not be fit. So such a mechanism practically is not used, but this is one of the technique. Okay, that is called as random selection technique. So these are the techniques. Now today we have discussed which you can use appropriate technique while implementing genetic algorithms for the problem in question. So far, let us summarize what we have discussed. We have discussed various methods for representing population. Okay. Then we saw the diversity should be maintained in the population to get optimal solution. Population size should be optimal. fitness values, they are used for deciding the selection method. All these techniques you might have seen except that last random selection, which is not generally used. They use fitness value directly or indirectly to select the better chromosome. Okay. In next lecture, tomorrow at 10:30 again we will continue further and we will select, we will discuss other techniques, that is second important step in genetic algorithm. After this selection, that is crossover techniques. Before closing this lecture, do you have any difficulty up to this point, specifically in selection techniques?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so we will stop here. Do you have a lecture after this?
No.
No, sir.
IT students? I think they have. Okay, let it be. Tomorrow at 10:30 again we will conduct one more extra lecture. ठीक है? And again one more instruction. Your first internal test for our subject artificial intelligence, it will be of MCQ nature, multiple choice questions, and we will conduct that on Google Classroom. So therefore all of you make sure that you have joined that Google Classroom. The newly created Google Classroom, its homepage is something like this. Make sure that you have joined this classroom. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.